This is a MacBook that I bought at an online auction site for $450. And this might be the very last MacBook that you'll ever need to buy because it has a 16 terabyte SSD. Now, I think we can all agree that $450 is a pretty good price for a MacBook Pro. But what makes this MacBook special is the amount of storage that it has. Because if you look at the base model of the MacBook Pro 13-inch, which starts at $1,299, you only get 256 gigabytes of storage. And if you want more than that, you have to pay extra. But with this one, I got lucky because the person who was selling this MacBook was an enterprise customer, and they were selling a bunch of these MacBooks as their business was going under. So it was a really good deal. I managed to snag it before anyone else did. What I do recommend, though, is if you do see a MacBook like this, make sure you check the battery health. And luckily, this one has 100% battery health. So that's awesome. And the best thing about buying a used MacBook is that most of the time they come with the charger. And this one does too. But if you do end up needing to buy a charger separately, I've got a video right here where I show you how to find the best deals on Apple chargers. So in terms of specs for this MacBook, it's rocking the M1 chip. It's the 8-core CPU variant, and the GPU is the 7-core GPU. It also has 16 gigabytes of RAM, and again, it's that massive 16 terabyte internal SSD. Honestly, this will be more than enough storage for most people, and I think the vast majority of people would be very happy with this amount of storage. Now, some of you might be thinking, what can you actually do with 16 terabytes of storage on a laptop? Well, let me tell you, there's quite a lot. For example, if you shoot video on your iPhone or another camera, you can store all of your videos in here. I know someone who shoots a bunch of wedding videos, and they keep all of their footage on an external hard drive. But when they're traveling, they put all of their footage onto their MacBook. And even with 4K video, 16 terabytes is enough to store a couple of weeks' worth of video footage. Also, if you download a lot of movies, 16 terabytes is enough to store over 4,000 movies. And if you like playing games on your MacBook, you can store a ton of games on here. Some games are like 100 gigabytes and others are 200 gigabytes. So you can imagine you'll be able to store a lot of games on here. Of course, if you do any video editing or photo editing, you're going to need a ton of storage, and this is perfect for that. Now, another reason why this could be the last MacBook that you'll ever need is because the M1 chip is such a powerhouse. If you use your MacBook for basic tasks like web browsing, word processing, and watching videos, then this will be more than powerful enough. In fact, a friend of mine uses an M1 MacBook Air as their daily driver, and they do 99% of their tasks on that. The only time they use my MacBook Pro is when they need to edit a video, and even then they don't do color grading. If you're interested in learning more about the M1 chip, I've got a video right here where I compare the M1 chip against the latest Intel processors. I should mention that this MacBook does have some wear and tear. There are a couple of dents on the back and a few scratches on the top, but overall, it's in pretty good condition. If you don't mind buying a refurbished MacBook instead, you can pick up a brand new 13-inch MacBook Pro with 16 gigabytes of RAM and a 1 terabyte SSD for around $1,500. But that's still a pretty good deal considering the fact that the base model starts at $1,300. Personally, I would just keep buying MacBooks whenever the prices are good, even if you aren't planning on upgrading for the next 5 years. Technology changes so rapidly that you'd be surprised at how much your needs change within that time frame. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Like the video if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one.